embrace the entire India as it is and to celebrate what we call unity in diversity. Let us all come together, get away with our colonial mindset and attitude that English is better, English is superior. I'm not saying that we don't have proficiency in English, but what I am saying, take as much pride or greater pride in being a Bengali, in being a Bengali speaking Bengali than only an English speaking Bengali. So, this is the time that we talk about not mother tongue and language. Let us talk about mother tongue plus language and mother tongue before the language. So, that is Bengali and then English. Thank you so very much. I expect a wholehearted contribution. I expect that all of you will work towards uh, uh, this endeavor so that each one of you go down in history thinking that you did something extra for ensuring Bengali culture, for ensuring Bengali quality teaching and writing. Thank you so very much. All the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for this nice talk and expressing this mission and vision. Now it is time to invite our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Chiranjeev Bhattacharjee, to address the meeting. Sir, please.
So, first, I want to convey a warm good morning to all of you. It's nice to be present on the occasion of orientation program for the teachers and reviewers of second year diploma course in the Bengali language under AICT technical book writing skill. So, first of all, we are having among us Dr. Mamta Agarwal, advisor to AICT,
Our honorable
Director
vice
of
chairman is
also
also here,
AICT.
sir. Our honorable vice chairman,
Okay, okay.
Professor Punia, is here, sir. Kindly.
And obviously. And Professor M.P. Priya, Honorable Vice Chancellor, AICT. So I want to convey my thanks and best wishes to all of you and the distinguished other guests from our university, respected Dean, Faculty of Engineering and Technology, Professor Bhaskar Gupta, and my distinguished colleagues who are present here who are doing this particular translation job, Head Electrical Engineering Department, and our finance officer who is also present. So I want to convey my thanks to all of you. So it's nice to be here because the government of India has taken an initiative for translation job, particularly in the program for degree courses as well as for the diploma courses. And for this, actually, the basic direction or the motivation is the NEP 2020, National Education Policy 2020, wherein the study in the vernacular language, that is in the mother tongue, has been given a lot of importance or stress in the NEP 2020. In fact, it's a mere coincidence that actually a parliamentary standing committee visited the state of West Bengal on the 4th January 2023, and they had a detailed discussion with the state government official regarding the implementation of the NEP 2020 as well as different issues those may come into picture while implementing the NEP 2020. And I was also as a team of that particular committee from the government of West Bengal to interact with the parliamentary standing committee. And there, this particular issue has also cropped up that how and why we should give lot of importance in the study on mother language. There is no doubt that the English is the international communication language which has been accepted by all the countries, but basic studies, particularly for the marginalized section, particularly the first generation learner, for them actually the study in the mother language will be very much convenient and it will give a lot of emphasis in spreading the technical education across across the country, across the India. Another factor which has been highlighted by Dr. Mamta Agarwal, that is the GER, the gross enrollment ratio. The national average gross enrollment ratio is around 20 to 22%, I think, and the NEP 2020 proposes it to increase to 50% by 2025. And if we want to go in that particular direction, definitely if we want to, if we can promote the study in the vernacular language, lots of people who are not studying because of that particular language barrier, so they will get a lot of interest and the motivation to study that particular subject. So in NEP 2020, the three cardinals are basically the equity, access, and the inclusiveness. So the linguistic inclusiveness is a very, very important thing. And if we just propagate, or if we just promote the study in the vernacular language, so it will be definitely helpful for all of them, particularly for those people who are staying in the rural area and they are having a very little scope to communicate in English language, because most of them in the rural area they are studying in the government aided school, and the government aided schools are basically based on the vernacular media. Say for example, with reference to West mostly the language media. I am also associated with the school education as a president of the National Council for Higher Secondary Education, which conducts the grade level examination. And there also we have seen that particularly all the schools, but mostly almost 90 or more than 95 and 90% schools, those who are there, particularly under the council affiliated school in the rural area, they are all the Bengali media. And there, the English communication skill is very not at all good, particularly when they are coming to Jadavpur University for studying the engineering education. We are facing a lot of problem because they cannot understand that particular subject, and this is the reason why they are losing some interest, particularly very good students actually. They've scored very good at the higher secondary as well as the joint entrance. And finally, we are finding that a lot of students are losing that particular momentum, mainly because of that language barrier. So if we can particularly promote the study in the vernacular language, definitely it will be a lot of encouragement for them, and definitely it will give a lot of impetus for spreading the education, particularly increasing the GEL, which is the major focus in the national education policy. But obviously, at the same time, I want to tell you that the conversion or the translation of the books from English to the Bengali, in case of West Bengal, for the technical subjects is not a very easy task. Because all the international books, those are which are available for the engineering, medical, or whatever it may be, for the technical education in general, those are basically the English language books. And obviously, translating it into the Bengali definitely requires a lot of because obviously the translation is a very important thing, but translation of the technical language books into the vernacular language is definitely a challenging task. So with this, definitely, I want to conclude. And another thing I want to give thanks to the AICT and particularly the government of India, that they have given a lot of importance on the skill development, particularly the integration of the vocational course into the mainstream education, which we are doing in the school education also nowadays, particularly. And in those cases also, if we can just incorporate study in the vernacular language, it will give a lot of impetus, particularly to the marginalization of the students, the people who are residing in the rural areas of the state. So with this, I want to conclude, and I convey my thanks to all the participants, my distinguished colleagues, Dean of FET, and particularly to Professor A.P. Punia, Dr. Mamta Agarwal, and Dr. Shuli Luthra, who are present from the AICT, for just helping us and for giving us all the information regarding this translation. With this, I want to thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir, for this nice and informative, also motivating address to this audience. Now, we are really honored that the Vice Chairman, Honorable Vice Chairman of AICT himself has joined this meeting, Professor A.P. Punia. So now it is time to request Professor M.P. Punia, Honorable Vice Chairman of the ICT, will kindly address the topic. Jadavpur.
Thank you. Good morning, Professor Chiranjeev Bhattacharya ji, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor of Jadavpur University, my colleague Dr. Mamta, Dr. Dinesh, and Dr. Luthra, and coordinator of this whole translation work, Dr. Day. Many of the translators are also visible. So thank you very much. First of all, I'll extend my sincere thanks on behalf of AICT to Team Jadavpur and particularly Honorable Vice Chancellor and Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor for giving this opportunity to AICT to seek help from Jadavpur University, and certainly the faith which it has been created of this university, very old university, and prominent academicians are available there. Hope the bonding which we have created between AICT and Jadavpur University, the target which we have kept into our mind to create the quality books in vernacular language and particularly in Bengali, that task will be completed. There is no doubt about this one. So thank you very much again to everyone for creating this sort of positive environment in the country, and where students will be having now clear understanding of the contents which they are supposed to have, and learning will become effective. That's the foremost task. And Dr. Mamta and his team, her team, she is heading as an advisor of Atal Bureau. It is AICT Training and Learning Bureau. Then two directors are there. So you can imagine how strong this department is and how serious AICT is, that this task of getting books in Indian languages, it has been given to Mamta and her team. A strong team, not only in this area for getting books in Indian languages, but another very important assignment which it has been given to her, that is imparting training to our teachers, and particularly in those core areas where lot of innovations are going on, lot of emerging areas are coming up, lot of niche areas are coming up, and in those areas, according to the needs of the industries, how training to the teachers can be imparted. And the record which she has created during last year and probably nowhere across the globe, this sort of record it has been created. Last year around 2 lakh teachers it has been trained only in emerging areas. So that sort of contribution she has given, and no infrastructure AICT is having. Her important role was integrating the infrastructure which is available in prominent academic institutions in the country, the hard infrastructure or the teachers which is available, how those expertise can be integrated and how teachers of the country can be trained. That was the first and important task she has completed, and we feel proud that a strong vibration in the country related to emerging areas it has been created. Now AICT is bringing a lot of changes into the curriculum, into its approval process, that the needs of the industries can be fulfilled, and with efficient teachers that requirement or the needs of the industries can be aligned. And certainly that task we have achieved. And second one, that is the dream of the NEP. And first and foremost task of this NEP, as Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor was saying, that access of this education, it has to be strong. We're a very huge country we are having. And as on date, in higher education, from school to higher education, when this transformation is taking place, school students, when they are entering into higher education, if 100 students, suppose they are dreaming after passing class 12th, if 100 students are dreaming, only 27 are getting opportunity to enter into higher education. Remaining 73, we don't know where they have gone. Whereas this ratio in US, it is around 87%. In Japan, more than 70%. UK, more than 70%. Our neighbor China, more than 55%. Ours is only 27. The important, the initiative which we people have taken with the help of all of you, that is, if education can be provided into that language where the children are confident, where they feel comfort. Probably one of the barrier in higher education, that majority of the professional courses are being taught in that international language, the English language, which is not close to our heart, whatever the mugging or the level of mugging we may be having. But As far as confidence is concerned, that confidence in international language we don't have. So second option we are giving to the students, we are not saying that we are replacing that international language, but additional help we are giving to the students, that the same contents are available in your mother tongue. And certainly the students who are knowing English, they can understand their mother tongue. There is no doubt. Any Bengali student who is even getting his education or her education in convent schools or in English, but at home the language which they are listening every time from start of his or her birth, that language, it is inculcated into the hearts of those children. And even in school that language may be English, but when they are listening into Bengali or when they are reading into Bengali, certainly their learning abilities, the capabilities will enhance. But students who are learnt in Bengali at home, in schools, and if that those children, when they are entering into higher education, in place of English, if those Bengali books if you are giving to them, there is no doubt that their confidence will be very very high, and certainly they'll be able to prove that we Indians are something very very different. That sort of initiative AICT it has taken. And probably the second dream of this national education policy is not only access, not only equity. Third and important dimension of this education is quality of education. Quality means really whatever learning it is happening inside the class, the students will be able to deliver on the ground. When I'm defining quality, important dimension of that quality is the teacher, who is the core in providing that quality education. When teacher is inside the class, first and important dimension of the quality education is teacher should be able to create interest of the students into that particular subject which it is being taught by the teacher. That particular subject, creating interest teacher will be able to create only the barrier if he'll be able to break of that language. Otherwise interest won't be created, because when in different languages if you are teaching which is not close to the heart of the children, always children in place of understanding they are doing the mugging. And when mugging is there, no quality education will be, it is certain, there is no doubt about this one. So important dimension of quality education is teacher should be able to create interest of the children into that particular subject which he is or she is teaching inside the class. And after creating that interest, he or she should be able to deliver those dimensions of the education which he or she wants to inculcate into the personalities of the students. And finally, when students are going out from the classes, when they are crossing the borders of their universities after their 4-year program or 3-year program, they should be able to deliver whatever they have learned. So learning will become effective if the language is helping them. So the challenge during last 70 years which we people were having, we have never understood the needs of the student. In 2008, this effort we have started, and particularly for our management programs where students are entering into PG programs. But not much interest of the students be created that time because books were not available. Without books giving that option that in this particular language you can study that effort, we couldn't succeed. But last year, once this NEP was in front of us, we have taken this challenge. First time in technical education, probably in the country, this sort of exhaustive work it has been done. And all first year books, first year engineering and polytechnic books, we have converted into 12 Indian languages, 12 prominent Indian languages. The challenge that time was we were not having glossary. Without glossary, the converting English books into Indian languages, it was very, very difficult. Fortunately, I was heading one of the commission for 6 7 months in between in 2021-22. That commission is meant for creating new glossary in Indian languages. Since 1966, this commission for scientific and technical terminology, it has been created by government of India. And till date they have created around 9 lakh words in different areas of the education, maybe science or maybe sociology, maybe philosophy, maybe engineering, maybe medical, agriculture. In all sort of the branches they have created 9 lakh words, new words in from English to Hindi, and then in some Indian languages. So when I joined that commission for 6 7 months, first and important interest of mine was that can I get some useful technical words from those 9 lakh words which it has been created by that commission. and I try to trace, I try to identify those words which is available in those 9 lakhs words related to technical education. Fortunately, I got around 50,000 words. 50,000 words, new technology words were available, but the limitation of those words was only it was in English, those news words, and corresponding to that one, Hindi words were there. But in Indian languages, those words were not available, and without that glossary, the creation of those books was just impossible. So AICT has tied up with CSTT and team in different states. We have sent from CSTT that please do go there, take those 2 columns of English and Hindi, and create third column in all Indian languages. We couldn't reach up to the all 22 languages, but 12 languages we could touch. I'll be congratulating whole the academicians, the language knowers of Bengal that were given a great help to CSTT, and that became first state. Bengal became first state who have converted those English Hindi words into Bengali, and we became very rich as far as the vocabulary or glossary is concerned in Bengali. And immediately the first year books which were being written in English, those has been translated in Bengali with the help of all those people who are very good in language part and technology part. So Bengali is far ahead. There is no doubt about this one, particularly achievements in first year books are concerned. Now we are having a tool, now we are having glossary, and not only one tool, 2 tools are there. One option it has been given by AICT, another one is IIT Mumbai, and probably Mamta's team will be giving the translated version to our translators. English books we are creating, original books we are creating. Important part is we have not taken any book which is in existence. In place of that one, our own books we have created, and that as Dr. Luthra was saying, it is outcome based education based books where objective of every chapter, objective of every subject, objective of every program is clear, and not only objective after studying that particular chapter or particular subject, what students are able to do, the learning outcomes. So objectives and learning outcomes are clearly defined in those English books, and the concept of lecture, tutorial, practical, it has been integrated. Normally what we are doing in our engineering and technology education, separately we are taking lecture classes, then students are going into the laboratories, and then finally some tutorials they are doing, some parametric studies they are doing. But in these books, that myth we have broken. We are saying lecture, the concept which they are understanding inside the class, same time in the book, the verification of those concepts through practicals, it has to be inserted into that chapter itself. So where some concepts are there, same time the practical approach, how those concepts can be proved, and after proving those concepts, how parametric study it can be done, that is in the form of tutorials. So it is integration of LTP. So objectives are clear, the LTP it is clear, and if concepts are not getting cleared, certainly some new dimension it has been added in the form of some QR code. So the detailed some audio, video, or digital contents anywhere, if it is available on Google, on YouTube, those are also getting integrated with this one. So large exposure of the knowledge which is hidden in fact for these friends, that also it has been provided. End of the chapter there is a table, and that table is specifying that whatever learning it has been happened today, how it is getting integrated to the program outcomes or vision of that technical institution which they are having, and the graduate attributes which we are expecting that these attributes it has to be in these trends, in those 11 12 attribute areas students be able to work efficiently, effectively. Those are integrated with those attributes also. So the books which will be in your hands, that will be in Bengali. Some grammatical errors, maybe some errors in terms of translation it will be, but as far as contents are concerned, it is well proved approach of this ABET, that is NBA, that learning outcomes are most important. According to that one, books will be available. My humble request to every author, please make that language simple. If we'll be making difficult language, we are not teaching them language, we are making them, my students, we are making them to understand the contents in fact, and for that purpose language which will be using, it should be simple. If you find that Bengali words in some of the cases, if it is becoming quite difficult for the student for initial phases of first year and second year, please do give option of English words. So after certain time, after certain level of repetition, probably they'll be immune, they'll be having lot of confidence into those difficult words of Bengali also. But in initial phases, it should not become the hindrance. Second one, the books which you are getting from English authors and which has been translated into Bengali, there may be some errors in the form of contents also. There may be some errors in the form of approach of those projection of the contents are, or even some calculation mistakes may be. Please do identify those errors also and report to us so that we can send to original authors of that English book so that correction can be made. Hope the effort which we people are doing, we are reached up to the second year level. Now we are working for second year, still third year and fourth year will be there. Even just 2 3 days back, one survey we have done for MBA students in the country, are they want the books in Indian languages. Roughly 75% students said yes. PG students also, they are saying yes. So we have started from polytechnic, we are doing UG for UG student. Probably in time to come, this sort of initiative we may be taking for PG students. So thank you very much for this wonderful sport, and hope the way Bengali academicians were leading in first year work of translation work, probably with same pace they'll be doing this second year job. And hope end of the month of April, probably these Bengali quality books will be having in the hands of the students, in the hands of the country, and our students should be able to prove that people are something very different across the globe. That sort of environment we would like to create. Best wishes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure that our esteemed translators and reviewers are even more energized from being addressed directly by the Honorable Vice Chairman of AICT. Thank you, sir. So now the time has, we have already reached almost the end of this inaugural session. So it is my formal duty to deliver the vote of thanks. So as all the I should thank all the dignitaries and distinguished guests present here on the dais and also joining online. Professor M.P. Punia, Honorable Vice Chairman of AICT, Dr. Sunil Luthra, Director AICT Hotel Cell, uh, Dr. Mamta K. Agarwal, Madam, Advisor AICT, our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Chiranjeev Bhattacharya, respected Dean, Faculty of Engineering Technology, Jadavpur University, Professor Bhaskar Gupta. Thank you, sir, for joining this inaugural session. And on behalf of Jadavpur University and also on my personal behalf, I should thank AICT for relying on us and giving us this opportunity of this task of this translation job as a project. And I should thank in this process you have got enormous help from various cells of AICT, various offices. I should thank the Atal cell, the NEET cell, and the RUN team. And as you can understand easily, that the success of this particular program that depends not on this kind of inaugural session, but on the active participation of our esteemed translators and reviewers. That means these are the you are the main strength of this particular success for this particular project. So my heartiest thanks to all of you that you have been agreed to extend your active support in this particular task. Thank you also. And as coordinator of this particular project, I should thank the Jadavpur University administration for extending their help and support for just carrying on this task. I should mention our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. He is not present here, but he has expressed his sincere thanks to AICT, as well as he wished that this, the success of this particular program. And Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Dr. Chiranjeev Bhattacharya. I have respected Finance Officer, sir, Dr. T.K. Pattanak, sir, is present here. Thank you, sir. And our Registrar, ma'am. and also all the various offices of this university, especially InfoCell, for providing other facilities. And I should thank the core committee members. That means we have actually formed a core committee for this particular task. So dividing different subjects or textbooks into according to their disciplines. Maybe that the mechanical related, electrical engineering related, electronics, computer science, and so on. So I should thank wholeheartedly my core committee members, Professor Sharnendu Sen, Professor Sharbani Roy, Professor Sharbani Roy, Professor giving this effort to make this particular project possible. And I would also like to thank our head of the department now of the electrical engineering department, Jadavpur University, Professor Shashwati Mojumdar, for providing us this facility to organize this orientation program today here, and all the staff members of electrical engineering department. And as you know, all the program, the main backbones, those who cannot be seen, are the volunteers. So I should thank all the volunteers for this particular program, and thank you all. So we are expecting that this particular project should be a grand success. And thank you all for being here. So we are concluding this particular inaugural session, but immediately after this, we are going to start our technical sessions. So thank you. And there is a very small refreshment outside. So please, you can join here, but still, we will be just joining within 15 minutes.
All
Thank
the
you.
very best. All the very best to all the translators and all the reviewers. Kindly check the translation tool. Demonstration will be provided. Feel free to ask as many queries as you have, but please, in a very simple and effective language, let us have quality books in Bengali. Thank you so very much, and all the very best to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.